right, so here's what we're going to do with some lines. We're going to just do a little kind of design exercise using lines based on different types of words. And then you can get some of the handouts here where it says design with lines. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to have this handout here. So again, you can print it out or you can kind of quickly make your own version of it. You'll see there's 6 boxes on one side and then 2 larger boxes on the other side. So what I want you to do is first look at the first 2 boxes, and what we're going to do in each box, we're going to draw lines that represent an action word. So one word for each box. So here I have some examples of action words, and you can use some of these or if you have your own. But what I'd like you to do is choose one word and then think about what kind of lines would represent that word. Okay, so if you want to pause here, take a look at some words, you could do that. And then what I want you to do is, based on that word, is fill that box up. So you can see here, I chose 2 words. I chose leaping for one of my words and crawl for the other. What I did is I tried to fill the box in with as many lines as I could that I thought represented that word leaping. Now, we're using only lines, no symbols, no pictures, okay? So no like happy faces for happy or sad faces for sad. Just think about lines only and try to make them as different as possible, like thickness and thinness and things like that. Try to make them more interesting. So the top 2 are your action words. So if you want to do those 2, pause now. Otherwise, I'm going to move on and then we'll show you some of the emotion words. So next, here are a bunch of emotion words. So again, we're going to do the same thing, but now based on 2 words that are emotions. And so again, do the same type of thing. And this time I use the word confident and frightened. And so I filled the boxes up with lines I thought represented those 2 words. And then, so here are those emotion words again. If you want to pause here to take a look at them, please do that. And then the last group is going to be just descriptive words. So go ahead and take a look at these descriptive words again. Do the same thing. Fill the box in. I chose dreadful and ecstatic. And I drew out some lines that I thought represented those 2 words. Okay, so if you want to pause and finish up that step on the page 1, you could do that. So go ahead and pause it, and then we'll move on to the next step. All right, so what we're going to do on the back is we're going to combine 4 of the 6 words and their lines into a design. Now here are some of the things I want you to think about. No recognizable things again, so no symbols, no letters, no numbers, just using lines. And then think about line variation. Line variation makes your lines interesting. All right. And then lastly, think about it being dynamic. Dynamic means you're filling the space, you're overlapping images, you're making it really interesting. Now, one thing that I was always reminded when I did this assignment was graffiti and how the lines in graffiti are very interesting and very different. And the design aspect of it is very dynamic. So you're more than welcome to take a look at these and beg and borrow and steal some of these types of lines for your design project. Okay, so going back to the handout on the back, what I would like you to do is draw out 2 examples. Okay, so 4 of the words in each of the big boxes, and it could be the same 4 for both, or maybe you're using different ones for each box. So here I did on the top one, I used dreadful, ecstatic, leaping, and confident, and I combined them together in one design. In the one below that, I used the word frightened, leaping, ecstatic, and confident to create this idea here. Now, if you only have pencil at home, please just use pencil, but think about how you can add different values to make it more interesting, right? And then again, think about making your lines different, not all the same, some thin, some thick. Like think about changing it up. If you have a way to add color, I added some colored pencil to this with regular pencil. I did do a little bit of outlining with pen. Please do that as well. Use whatever materials you have for this. Okay, so then you're going to come up with 2 different ideas and then go ahead and fill in with pencil and or color pencil. Remember that when you're done with this, that you are then going to be oh, I forgot to show you. Here's a handout also that I added to Schoology. It's called Lots of Lines. Just a lot of different ways that you can create lines that are similar. Again, difference of thickness and thinness. So use that also for this. And then don't forget to do your masterpiece of the week. Okay, so watch the little screencast, print this out, or make your own version of it, and then that would be everything for the week right there. All right, email me if you have any questions.